All right. Why is that my thumbnail? Hold on. Just a moment. How is Black Ops 4 not listed as a game on YouTube? Why is that not an option? Whatever. Alright, this is Black Ops 3. It basically is. Would you guys agree? I don't know. Alright, let's get started. Let's play some more Alpha Omega. Start the music, and we're good to go. Nice. I don't remember when my last dog round was, so... it's fine. Give me something that's not a full power. What is that? Double points. I don't need points. How's everyone doing? I'm gonna get a couple hours in on Alpha Omega. Just chill. I am slowly working towards 200. We are sort of in the long part of the game, in the sense that, like, there's not many milestones we have left to hit. I am excited to hit 200. I'm excited to hit 255 and 6 and 7. Those are both kind of a long ways away. We're gonna have to put in some hours on this. But, you know, is this an allowed category yet? Not yet, but one, I don't care, and two, I'm just going to crush the world record by so much that, like, either they're gonna have to allow it, or people for the rest of time are gonna be like, well, the 304 is the world record, but it's not the world record, you know. Same as Shangri-La. Like, most people think the 208 should be the world record, except it isn't. You know, just more reasons to not care about the website. So the rules are dumb anyway. Yeah, we're chilling. This is great. You hold 9th place for the map? Nice. Do you think it should be allowed? Genuine question. Because the person who holds number 1 and number 2, they both think it should be allowed. Did I get a power up at all? No. Hey man, your videos lately have been awesome. Hey man, good to see you. How have you been? Long time no see. Think mostly anything should be allowed? So do I. So do I. I have a very, like, loose definition of, like, what should be banned. In the sense that I think ban round robin because it makes it so you have to kill 0 zombies to get to 255, right? Ban power vacuum because, like, it just totally upends the meta on every single Black Ops 3 map. Ban round skip glitches. I think that's it. Like, and the reason I say that, name any other glitch in any other game that like would break the meta in such a way that it would need to be banned. Even God mode out of the map glitches would not be the meta. Like, there's not a single God mode or out of map glitch that would actually help you to beat the world record. Like, you just wouldn't do it. I think Project BO4 is not allowed for speedrun Easter eggs. Is it not? I think that's pretty dumb. Been pretty good, mainly working a lot of stuff, really like the job. You're an ethical hacker? That sounds like a lot of fun. I've always been fascinated by that sort of stuff. I have very little coding knowledge in general, so I don't know if it's the type of thing I'd be able to get into, but that's really cool. Glad you're enjoying the videos. Got plenty more on the way. Considering elixir talisman farming is egregious, yeah, Project BO4 should just be allowed across the board. Because remember, when Project BO4 became popular, Jake got a world record on Project BO4. He submitted it, and they denied it. And he was like, why? And they were like, Project BO4 isn't allowed. And he goes, since when? Nobody decided that. You're just saying that. It's not listed anywhere that it's not allowed. Why would it not be allowed? And they were like, oh, we can't trust it. And the owner of, or the guy who created Project BO4 had to talk with ZWR and be like, it's literally the same as Boy on Black Ops 3 and you allow that. Like, what are you banning things for no reason? And then they held a vote to, like, see if it should be allowed, and it was overwhelmingly voted to be allowed. And ZWR, because they can't actually, like, think coherently sometimes, I guess, or make rules that are coherent, they ban it sometimes, they allow it sometimes, even though there was no reason, and the votes didn't indicate that that would be what they would do. Really stupid. You actually got me into wanting to beat the world record for tag and alpha. I need to make a video. It's on my list of videos to make, but it's kind of on the back burner of how anyone can beat the tagged or toten world record. That map has been blown wide open because of new technology that has been discovered. So it is extremely beatable. Obviously, you have to play for, 150 hours to beat it, but it is extremely beatable. I think CWR is full of jackasses. I saw they delisted some of your stuff. Yeah. Well, I don't want my records on their site anymore right now. Some people have been submitting my records to their site, which is fine. I no longer submit my own records there because I don't have respect for them right now. I just think that they don't truly have the best interest of the community in mind. I think that they're pandering to a select few players, many of whom, like, aren't even around anymore. And when you're pandering to people who used to make the rules, who no longer make up the community, like, they're just so out of touch with what people actually want, is what it is. Truly, they pander to, ooh. Okay, well that's a little unfortunate that I can't utilize the, extension here, but that's okay. Maybe I should have used my specialist first. That might have been smarter. But this is fine. I can't utilize the temporal gift, unfortunately. But I think I'm getting to the point where I will very soon be able to utilize the temporal gift, like, every time I get an insta-kill, which is nice. You save a ton of time doing this. No, because old ZWR from a few years ago was like, we're banning glitching ceiling, and we're banning patches, and we're banning this, and we're banning that, because that's what the world record holders want. They didn't actually vote on a majority of issues. They just kind of said, well, this is what the top people say, so we have to do it. And now the staff has been replaced like 6 times in the last 2-3 years, except they just kind of still base it off of what the former world record holders say, even though most of them are no longer part of the community. And so it's just this like shell of a shitty site that is even shittier. And they say, oh, we want to do more for the community, and they don't do shit. You like my videos a lot? Thank you. I do too. I have a broken arrow tattoo on your upper bicep that you got when you got in the top 10 from this map. That's really sick, actually. I would never consider getting a zombies tattoo, but that's not anything against zombies. That's just, I don't have any tattoos. Zombies has been a part of my life for the last 15 years. But I don't know. I think, do you submit your records to a different site currently? I just don't submit them. Satan, thanks for the sub. There is no different site that's worth, like, submitting to. Because here's the problem, the problem with ZWR, they are awful at running the site, and they have alienated so much of the high round community because of their weird practices and also their owner that people don't like. Damn, I was so close to having my temporal be ready for that insta-kill. It's fine. Thing is, most people in the community don't realize what's wrong with the site, because the fact is, when you Google zombies world record, that's what comes up. When you Google highest round on any map, that's what comes up, right? They have the Google SEO completely optimized for them. Other sites have tried. Many other sites have tried. There was Zombie Legends, there was Zombies HQ, there was Zombie Community, that one was awful. There was COD Records, there was like a different all these different sites have tried. And they've gotten plenty of people to come over and submit, except all of them have failed to actually capitalize on capturing a new audience. And the reason they've done that is because they limit their scope to only current high round players that are in the know. And the fact is, there's so many maps, there's so many games, there are so many players that not everyone can be kept in the loop when all you do is like invite people to a secret Discord server for the new site. You don't optimize for Google search results. You don't get like casual players or even big YouTubers to promote your site. Like, as much as Lex isn't like a high rounder, you get his million followers to realize that there's a new, better site. That's how you get people to come over. What's the strat here? The strat is basically this. Use the Specialist when it's available, use the Wraith Fires when it's available, use the Ballistic Knife with Electric Burst otherwise. What's my goal for this game? My minimum goal is to beat the world record, meaning I want to get to at least round 305. 304 is the current world record. But I don't know what's going to stop me other than a potential power outage or lack of motivation, but my motivation has been really strong, so I want to keep it going, mostly for you guys, because partially I'm doing this for content, partially I just really, really, really want to have another world record under my belt. I had an idea. Could use CPU-integrated graphics to avoid driver crashes in BO4. I have no idea. Maybe. I believe BO4 just doesn't work properly with the 30 and 40 series NVIDIA graphics cards. Same with BO3. It's just not compatible. How long does it take to get to this round? I'm like... How many hours into this game am I? You know, maybe I should have started a timer. Probably I should have started a timer. But, yeah, I think I'm like 13 or 14 hours into this game at this point. I'm very much faster than the world record by a wide margin. Like, the world record when he was on round 155 was probably twice as slow as me. That's nothing against him. It's simply the fact that this is the better strategy. How's this map not the highest on the game? Tagder Toten is significantly faster. Tagder Toten has a under 4 seconds per horde strategy, meaning less than 4 seconds to kill 24 zombies. This strategy is like 12, so it's 3 times slower. What's wrong with the 30 series? For casual gameplay, it's fine. It crashes in the high rounds. Like, it crashes on 200 plus in the 30 series. How long does 155 take? On this map, it's like 12, 13 hours if you do this. You can get to 155 in like, I don't know, 6 hours, maybe, yeah, like 6 hours on Tagder Toten. Probably less with Megas. Tagder Toten's stupidly fast. What do you think about Call of Duty Black Ops 4? I think it's a severely underrated game. I'm not calling it my favorite game, and I'm not calling it a perfect game by any means. I do think it is on par with, like, Black Ops 2 and mid Black Ops 3. Like, there are Black Ops 3 maps that are better than Black Ops 4, but also there are Black Ops 4 maps that would place in the upper Black Ops 3. Played a 150 game that took you 17 hours on this map? Yeah, if you... Is this round? I think it is. JZM, what's my EDC loadout? Sorry, I'm not reading the chat messages in order. I'm just kind of like focused on the game and reading. What do you mean EDC loadout? What's an EDC? I feel like I'm gonna feel stupid when I don't know it. Yeah, Tagder Toten, the highest round, dog round, on the map is now 628, as I mentioned in my last video. Which is nuts. First of all, I am never going to beat that. I don't know if I ever see myself getting a 512 plus. Solely because I am the type of player that's able to, like, sit and grind out a high round game. But I kind of have a limit. And, like, the longest game I've ever played was my Tagder Toten game, which was 95 hours in-game. And I was, like, so burnt out at the end of it. I was done. And I haven't played as long of a game as that since then. That was in late 2020, like December 2020. Personally, you love playing World at War because of your potato laptop? That's valid. Playing with Trench Gun? Yeah, Trench Gun is the second best strategy on the map, objectively, except... Oh, I should have thrown this. It simply doesn't compare to this. Like, this strategy is always going to be faster. But, Fabs, thanks for the sub. Oh, that was a Twitch follow. I should, because here's the truth. I kind of didn't mention this. It just kind of happened. I effectively no longer stream on Twitch. I've decided to just fully transition to YouTube just because Twitch allows for me to have less growth. Thing is, some of my older videos, when I say older, I mean like, you know, 6-7 months ago, are still very popular and still get a lot of views, and my Twitch is linked in the description. So every once in a while, I get a Twitch follower that shows up. That was a Twitch follower right there. Anyway, yeah. But what I was saying, I don't see myself playing a 512 plus game on Black Ops 4 anytime soon. Partially because this is sort of from my view as a content creator. I do a lot lately in the interest of making content. Part of the reason I'm doing this is for content. I also want to do this. You used to watch Intuit Scott for your BO4 high rounds? I don't think he's still around. I used to watch him a lot as well. He and I were pretty close. He and I hung out in each other's chats a lot way back in the day. Because also, he cheered me on because when I beat the Tagger Totem world record, I beat his previous record. He was the one who held it before me. Technically, one other person did. There was a player named Night Lord who beat him, but I beat Night Lord like 5 days later. What's my next video? Haven't decided yet. I had an idea that I was workshopping actually during my last stream that I think might be fun, but I don't know if it'll be as cool as my previous upload. It was gonna be like either 10 cursed COD Zombies facts, or it was going to be, I had this idea for like cursed zombies facts, things that people don't realize that make you go like, what? That's so weird and strange. Like the fact that zombies on this game avoid nukes. If a nuke spawns, I can show you what that means. Does anyone remember Space Marine? I remember Space Marine. I've been high rounding since 2013, so I remember all of the OGs. Hey, Robar. Let's activate this. But then, as I was thinking of cursed facts, so some cursed facts. On Black Ops 4, zombies avoid nukes. Like, if a nuke spawns, the zombies will specifically path around it. And if you go back to footage from earlier in this game, if you see a nuke spawn, like, if a nuke spawned anywhere like here, the zombies wouldn't know how to avoid it, and they would panic, and they would start running all the way around. If a nuke spawns, you will probably see that happen. That's a cursed fact, I think. Just learned how to get the trap immunity on DE. You just have to let the Panzer's jetpack damage you when it spawns in. Is that all it is? I could do that. I never knew it. I never understood it. I always knew it was a thing, and I was like, I never knew how to activate it. Space was your favorite OG. He got you into the Ascension no power. Yeah, people played with frame lag because people played on console. Before we all made the switch to PC, like, console was the way, and console caused frame lag. Because we were all playing on Xbox 360s when it was the newest one. I still have my 360s in the other room. I still play on it every now and then, but now that I've kind of switched to PC, I have less use for it. I don't want to get rid of it, though. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, cursed zombies fact. Another cursed zombies fact. On Black Ops 1, So you know how on Black Ops 1, you are able to survive going through traps as long as you have Jug, right? That's a common known fact. The one weird trap is actually the Flogger on Black Ops 1 Shinonuma. And most of the time you can't survive it. And the reason is, every time you get hit by the Flogger, the next time you get hit by it, it does more damage than the previous time. And the damage will like build up until eventually it does so much damage that you can't survive it no matter what. And that's a weird cursed fact that a lot of people don't realize, right? Another cursed fact, the Chrysalax does not do infinite damage on Forsaken. Most people think it does for some reason. Your PS3 went to your brother's and they destroyed it. I had an Xbox 360 that I shared with my brother, and eventually when we were kids, we would fight so much about who got to play the console when, and my parents had to like set specific hours that I was allowed to play and that he was allowed to play, and it kind of got so annoying that they eventually caved and they got each of us consoles. Which sort of solved the problem, but then eventually, like, we just kind of stopped playing at the same time. He stopped playing on his consoles altogether. He transitioned to PC, and I kept my Xbox. So, you know, plenty of cursed facts. But also, when I was thinking about cursed facts, I thought, what is the most cursed facts out there? And I thought to myself, oh, I know exactly what. Things that should kill the zombies, but don't. So, for example, I'm gonna show you guys here in a minute. You'll notice every time I activate the specialist, I intentionally step back over here to do so. And the reason I do that, I'm gonna show you guys now. If I activate the specialist here, you'd think, oh wow, I just got a bunch of kills there. None of those were kills. The specialist, when you activate it and it knocks zombies away, it gives you points. It doesn't kill the zombies. That does not count as kills. It just respawns the zombies. And so I thought to myself, what else doesn't kill zombies that should? Some examples, the gate trap on Horizon. It doesn't kill zombies. It duplicates zombies. So it will respawn them, and it will respawn twice as many as you killed, which is dumb. Also, Leroy, when you give him candy and he goes on a rage and starts knocking zombies away, doesn't kill zombies. Speaking of Shinonuma, I have a 1121 game pause right now, World at War, trying to beat your personal record of 1832. Gave up to play BO6, but not this time. Yeah, don't play BO6. Like shield bashing? What do you mean? You can rack up a bunch of points by doing that? Yeah, it is a good early round technique, and it's also, I like that it exists because it's a save me button. I still think it should kill the zombies if it's going to blast them away and give you points. I was thinking of other things that should kill zombies, but don't. I had a bigger list, I'm blanking, but let me think. Oh yeah, the Flinger on Call of the Dead. The Flinger on Call of the Dead doesn't kill zombies, it respawns them. I believe the same is true for the Tagged or Totem Flingers, I think. I'm pretty sure it respawns them, it doesn't kill them. Gate Trap on DE, yeah, I said that. Gate Trap on DE duplicates zombies. Oh, look, so there's a nuke. Look at the zombies going around it. They don't like the nuke in this game. They actively avoid it. This is engaging gameplay? Thank you. You're on 176 on Blood? Nice. I might catch up to you this stream. I don't know how long I'm going to stream for. I think I want to get off in like 3 hours latest, maybe earlier. From now, that is. I'm working today, but starting at 6:30 p.m. and I'm in Eastern time, so that's 5 hours from now. Meaning I want to have some time to get ready for work and you know, all that, but I'm gonna play until then. Tag flingers don't kill zombies? Yeah, that's what I thought. Weirdly, though, the flingers on both Horizon and Revelations do kill zombies, and they can crash your game. Which I already mentioned in my G-Spawn video, but... Do I exercise? I really don't that much. I don't go to the gym, but I get exercise in the form of, like, I walk my dog every day. I go in the pool, like, 3 or 4 days a week, and I'll swim laps. And I like to play sports with my friends. So, like, my friends and I will play baseball, we'll play cricket, which I know is shocking to hear from an American. I love playing cricket. So, like, I don't exercise regularly in the sense that I don't work out, but I do, like, get plenty of physical activity. And also, my job is without revealing too much, I train lifeguards for the Red Cross, and so part of teaching those classes is I'm, like, constantly lifting people out of the water with giant heavy boards. And that in itself is exercise, so, like, when I'm at work, I'm doing a lot of heavy lifting. And I also do CPR. But, you know, yes and no. What else doesn't kill zombies? I'm trying to remember, because I had a bigger list that I'm forgetting. Let me think. I was gonna say, I think the overkill could be on the list because the overkill whiffs like 50% of the time unless you like get it in exactly the right spot. The specialist I'm currently using. Oh, this is fun. This is Maple Treeway. I'm playing... The playlist I'm playing right now is literally 7 hours of music from Mario Kart World, and this is going to be the playlist I listen to for who knows how long. There's so much great music in that game, which is nice because if you guys pay attention to my videos, you'll know I use a lot of Mario Kart music for my videos, meaning I'm going to have a lot of great music to be used. I really hope they release all the music as like an album or something. Fuck. What else doesn't kill zombies that should? And I'm not talking about, like, things that should do infinite damage but don't, although maybe that could be included. But I'm blanking. But yeah. Activating the specialist doesn't actually kill zombies, it respawns them. The flingers, the, let me think. Oh, yeah, when zombies get run over with the bus... Actually, no, that does kill them, I think. When zombies get run over with the bus, they do get killed. Die Rise, no, Mob of the Dead, Buried. Origins? Nothing on... Oh! No, there's nothing on Origins. Shadows of Evil. Nothing on Shadows. Hand of Amara should do infinite damage, but it doesn't. Yeah. I guess I could do, you know, cursed facts, and also things that should kill that don't, and also things that should do infinite damage that don't. Which could be, like, in itself, a nice long video. I bet I could make that into, like, a 12-minute little something. Let me think. Shadows, the giant DE Zetsubo? No. Gorod? Revelations. Nothing on Rev. Rev is all normal. Doesn't Robot Foot in Origins respawn zombies in Remaster? I know that it does kill them normally on Black Ops 2. I don't know about Black Ops 3. That's something I'm totally going to investigate. I don't know if it kills zombies on Black Ops 3. VR11 explosions should do infinite damage, but they don't. That, when I say should but doesn't, I mean things that are coded to do infinite damage but break. I don't mean, because that just doesn't do infinite damage. Should it from a gameplay design perspective? Probably yes, but I mean things that, like, say in the code they do infinite damage, but they don't. Which I kind of mentioned a lot of those in my Invisible Zombies video.
You should probably just accept me as your master.
Let's see. Voyage 9. Dead of the Night. Ancient Evil. Tag. Omega. Classified. Blood. I'm trying to think. Because arguably the VR11 itself does do infinite damage. Okay, here's the one thing I might make my next video. I might need a buffer video, and I think this might end up being the buffer video between this next video idea I have. I'm going to get to, like, round 100... Is that round? That's round. I'm gonna get to round 140 on Call of the Dead Solo. Yes, it is possible. Yes, it is possible without mods. It does involve the use of glitches that I think currently are questionable, but probably banned. And I would argue, like, it should be banned. It shouldn't be allowed. But the point of the video isn't going to be like, oh, should this be allowed? It's like, oh, what are the theoretical limits? Like, is 100 as difficult as we say it is, or can we get to instas? And I think my answer is, like, we can totally get to instas on Call of the Dead with the technology. But it's this weird specific glitch that people are gonna be like, that's so strange. Because you would have to basically AFK until round 163. And then you would play instas normally. I'm so happy this song got a remake. Got to around 200 on Call of the Dead Solo, but didn't record it. Oh, yeah. Well, listen, I did record it. I got to around 2,100,000, you know, like something like that on Call of the Dead. It was in scientific notation, so I don't know the exact round, if I'm being honest.
I bet you're sorry, even in death.
Yeah, you'll see if I step back, I only managed to kill like 0 or 1 zombies with the blast from the overkill, which is what I want. I wonder if the train on Mauer Toten kills zombies. That's something I don't actually know. I'll have to test that. Like, if a zombie gets run over by the train, does it die or does it respawn? What's the funnest map to high around? I mean, listen, for me it's Moon, but that's biased because Moon's my favorite map. But it's my favorite map because it's the most fun to high around. I like BO1 Moon and BO3 Moon, both in their own way, but both like are so much fun. I want a 255 BO3 Moon, like possibly this summer after I do this. What's nice about playing this game, I'm playing this game on my console, on my PS4, which allows me to use my PC to kind of like play whatever else and also get footage. When I'm in a game on my console and my PC is when it's like difficult for me to get footage because I can't record anything else if I'm in the middle of a game. But, what else is fun to high round? Let's see. I think that Blood of the Dead is underrated for high rounds. What is that, Carpenter? I don't need that.
I do wish I had time to assess your wounds, but
Blood of the Dead is fun for high rounds. I think... Actually, let's do this. I'm gonna go through every game and say what I think the most fun high round on each game is. Like, the most fun map. World at War, honestly, it's probably Shinonuma. And I know that Shinonuma's like the easiest map, but it's also just satisfying. It's like, yeah, you're just overpowered. Black Ops 1, personally for me, it's Moon. I think that the new strategy on Moon is so unique. It's very different than any other Black Ops 1 map. Plus, the hacker is objectively the coolest piece of equipment we've ever gotten in zombies. Black Ops 2, I would say, by the way, for Black Ops 1, very, very close second is Call of the Dead. Call of the Dead solo and Call of the Dead co-op are also extremely unique. Verrückt, I think Verrückt is, like, less interesting because the Verrückt strategy, you're using the trap and the flamethrower and you're kind of, like, camping. Shinonuma, you just kind of get to do whatever, really. Even for Black Ops 1, Verrückt Dat strat is like super difficult and the other strategies are just less interesting. But they are fun. Black Ops 2, I would say not Origins, just because like the early game is easy, you're camping, and then later in the game it's like suddenly drags because you run out of ice staff ammo and you need to do tank. And I will say the new strategy on Origins might make things much more interesting. So that's something. Black Ops, but Black Ops 2 I wouldn't say Origins. I wouldn't even say Mob either because yeah, it's a trap strat. Yeah, you get to use the Hell's Redeemer. It's not super interesting. It's like kind of the same thing every round. The rounds just get longer. But I think I might have to go with Buried, actually. And I'm not talking about using Subsurface Resonator on Buried. I don't think that's the most interesting strategy. I think the Trample Steam strategy, which is the new 255 meta, is like really fascinating and it looks really fun. I've tried the strategy and it's like very fun, very intense. I have not done it in like a full-length game yet, which it's on my list of what I want to play. I need to get around to it. This soundtrack is so good. I'm so happy. As a musician, I'm so happy. Die Rise is also fun. The low rounds on Die Rise are just so satisfying. I love taking out a whole round with one liquefier shot. But also the high rounds on Die Rise, I find them to be engaging, but they're so difficult. And I do think that part of the fun of high rounding on most maps is having a strategy that is challenging enough that you kind of have to focus on the game and you can't just like AFK or like be paying attention to chat the whole time, but also easy enough that you're not like frustrated because you keep dying. And Die Rise is a frustrated because you keep dying map. Luckily you have Who's Who, and Who's Who's actually a goated perk. What instrument do I play? I play every woodwind instrument. I play clarinet, saxophone, flute, oboe, and bassoon. But my main instrument is I'm a classical saxophonist. I just, this semester, finished my master's in music performance with a concentration in classical saxophone. But I also studied clarinet, oboe, bassoon, flute. Taking some time off to work and ride out the recession and the fascism, and then I'm probably gonna end up doing a doctorate in music performance. But, you know, also seeing where the YouTube takes me, because I'm getting to grow my business, I'm getting to do a lot of YouTube, which is fun. Like, I enjoy making videos lately, which is good. And I feel like I'm pacing myself in a good way. I'm not... I probably could be uploading more if I put more time in, but I don't want to burn myself out. I don't want to burn through 10 video ideas in the span of 2 weeks and then, like, not know what to do. So, pace myself, and I'm having fun. But yeah, saxophone mainly, but all the woodwinds. Oh, talking about the highest, the most fun, you know. Die Rise is a map, like, I wouldn't play it for a world record because I would just be losing my mind every time I go down in the trample steam room. I've done round 100 on Die Rise twice now, which I always find it fun to like load up in Die Rise and just chill and use the sickle fire. I would play Die Rise pre-patch personally. Black Ops 3, I think the most fun map to high round is Shadows of Evil. I think it's just like a really engaging map where you feel overpowered and it's a very strong strategy. It's not a mindless strategy. You do have to pay attention to what you're doing, but I find it very engaging. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to high round Shadows of Evil again because I already got to 255 back in December. But Black Ops 4, I would say the most fun map is Ancient Evil. Ancient Evil is just so fascinating because there's like many variations of how you run the strategy depending on if you're doing classics or megas or two-player. You adjust what you're doing as the game goes on. Hardcore Ancient Evil, I think, is even more fun. Depends on what you're doing for instas, though, because the shield strategy for instas sucks. If you're doing hardcore, then maybe Blood of the Dead is more engaging, or even not. Actually, no. I take that back. I take everything back. 9, I think, is the most fun map on Black Ops 4. Ancient Evil, I think, is the most fun chill map. 9 is a map that's, like, actually quite difficult. I really want to get better at the 9 strategy that Jake created, and I want to make a comprehensive tutorial on 9, but I think part of that is I need to learn the strategy and get better at it first. Black Ops Cold War, I would say Mauer. Mauer's chill, less engaging, but like, again, just a fast 935. Black Ops 6, it's probably Shattered Veil, but I technically haven't played it yet. I like quit Black Ops 6 right before the best map on the game dropped, which is an interesting choice. This music is so good. Yeah, I feel like people want this strategy banned because it's like, people want this strategy banned effectively because it's boring. And I don't think that's a reason to ban a strategy, ever. Nor do I think it's boring. Like, I'm having fun. I haven't burnt out yet. In which way Gobblegum affect the zombies experience? Gobblegums, I am of the belief that Gobblegums really dumb down the setup on most maps. I don't really care. I'm a Megas player for the most part. Like, when I get to play Black Ops 3, I'm usually just playing Megas. I don't care that it, like, makes it easier in the early game because I just want to get to 255 as quickly as possible and have fun. And the most fun part of the game for me is not the setup, it's the high rounds. So if I can skip the setup and just go right to high rounding faster and... Oh, let me not use this. And know that I'm going to spend less time in the game overall and get to a high round faster. Like, I don't care about using Megas. I don't use Power Vacuum and Round Robin because it completely depletes the fun. You're literally skipping a bunch of rounds, and when you're not skipping rounds, you're, like, what? Spamming Gershes infinitely? No thanks. Or whatever. You make this map and game look way more fun than it is? It is way more fun than it is. If that makes sense. It's not as engaging when I don't have, like, chat to talk to, I guess. I was playing a bunch off stream. Like, I ended the last stream on 125. I played off stream until 155. Just to, like... I'm catching up on some shows. I've actually been watching The Rehearsal, the Nathan Fielder show. And sometimes I like to put that on while I play, but I can't put it on while I play if I'm on stream because of copyright. So I just play off stream. This... Trust me when I say, like, if you just use the electric burst and you don't do anything else, yes, it's going to be boring. You can throw Wraith Fires every now and then, and it's something more engaging. You can use your Specialist, and that's plenty engaging. You can use your Gobblegums to, like, give you an advantage, and that's, in a way, something else to do every round. Also, I don't know if you were here when I had my last insta-kill. I love doing insta-kills. I love doing Temporal Gift insta-kills. That's the best part of this strategy. And that's the one thing that you don't use the knife for. When you actually make it engaging, there's more to do, and it's, like, not quite the same thing over and over again. You're alternating between a few things. And when you have something to pay attention to, it's more fun. I 100% every zombies, and after I did on BO4, I never played it again. I'm gonna have a bunch of videos coming out in the near future on, like, why BO4 is actually great. Here's what I want to do. This is what I want to do content-wise. July is my birthday month. My birthday is in the middle of July. No, I don't. I keep getting to about round 60 on Dead of the Night and dying. I hate to say it, but there is one... Dead of the Night is my least favorite map of all time. And it's because the fastest and safest strategy on the map is the one that I technically already made a video about. Maybe I ought to make another video about it. But it's the... Yeah, I'm not a Minecraft YouTuber. Yeah. Hey, Sus. Hey, Belmore. It's the camp at the Silver Bullets table. Like, I've tested the Danu room strategy, I've tested the billiard strategy, I've tested the master bedroom strategy. Some of them are they're more engaging for sure, but they are less safe and they're less fast. BO2 and 1 are the best. I think that BO1 is the best engine by far. I think that BO1 is just the most fun experience to play all the maps. I would have totally, and I like BO2 because it's very similar to BO1's engine. I just think that the maps are a little more complex. I think that BO1's maps, for the most part, are better than BO2. I think that, you know, it depends who you ask, and it depends what you're asking about. World at War is top 1 for you? Interesting. I don't hear that a lot, but I don't think World at War is a bad game. When BO3 Shangri-La round 100? Great question. That's a map I'm not excited to play, if I'm being honest. It's a very difficult strategy. I mean, if I do megas, it's not so bad, but like, if I'm gonna do a tutorial for round 100, I don't want to say, hey, here's a tutorial. I use megas and I'm bad and I can't do it with classics. But trust me, like, when I do my tutorials, I don't like making tutorials unless I know that they work. And when I say know that they work, it means if I can get the strategy to click in my head, I can explain it well enough to another person to hopefully have it click for them. But Shangri-La has not clicked for me yet. Yeah. Oh, nice. Round. Your idea was using Danu strat till 55, then camping at silver bullets. If you're going to do multiple strategies, then you should build the Alistair's Annihilator, and you should do Master Bedroom until Alistair's Annihilator is like running out of ammo consistently, and then you should camp silver bullets. And what you should do is every time you have ammo again on your Alistair's Annihilator, you go back to Master Bedroom, you use it, and then you go back to silver bullets. That would be like one of the fastest ways to play. Playing it right now, Classicums around 89. What map? Oh, Shangri-La? You're better than me at that map, clearly. I haven't put enough practice in. Shangri-La is one of 3 maps that I have not been to round 100 on Black Ops 3. Mostly because I have tried in the past. I haven't tried in a long time. It's like just difficult and it wasn't fun for me. Maybe I will give it another chance at some point, because, you know, in theory, like, a bucket list goal is 255 on every map. In practice, that's not going to happen, because I ain't playing Noct for 255. That's just not happening. It's just not. I'm sorry. Yeah, the restarts are crazy, especially because this is a problem that Shangri-La has, and also that, like, Shinonuma has, and a few other maps have, when you have to spend hours restarting for a solid setup, especially because, like, if you don't get the AATs you need, and then the Pack-a-Punch Stone goes, like, you know, the one spot where it can't go, you have to restart. Fuck that. I'm not restarting because the Pack-a-Punch Stone didn't go where I needed it to. What do you think about emo music? I don't listen to a lot of emo music, but I've heard some good, like, emo bands and punk bands, but I wouldn't know much about it. When I play BO3 Varrock, it always spawns you as Nikolai on Quick Revive side. There's a 1 in 8 chance of that happening, I believe. Don't you... Wait, what strategy do you want to spawn on? Yeah, you want to spawn on Jug side on BO3. Took you 2 days to get this set up? Yeah, it's insane. And then I would restart for days. I would finally get a setup. Even with megas, I would be restarting like crazy. Finally get a setup and then die on round 60 and be pissed. And it's like, fuck. Maybe you could teach me the high round strat if you're better at it than me. I need to learn like the triple AAT strat because it's like one of the hardest. It's one of the hardest strats in the game. Corrupt is just always Jug side. Yeah, on both versions, I believe. Yeah, Jug side, or actually on BO1 and BO3, it's Jug side. On World at War, you also want Jug side, yeah. Yep. It's always Jug side. You're right. I want that max. See, like, if you just stay up here the whole time, it's going to be more boring. But if you actually, like, go for power-ups and shit, and do stuff like this, that's how you make this map really fun. Yeah, all three. Yep. Insta-kills. I can't wait till I get my next insta-kill. Those are the best. I have 3 dying wishes this game, so, like, people who say, oh, it's so easy, anyone can do it, like, not automatically. You know? And I doubt those will be the last 3 dying wishes. If I don't lock in, it won't be. But yeah. Okay, here's what I was gonna say. July is my birthday month. And I figured to celebrate my birthday month and also to celebrate the fact that, like, yes, my YouTube channel's, I don't even know how many years old, but, like, I only started uploading consistently, like, last summer. I made the video on why I think the Death Orion's the worst weapon, and that was me kind of saying, like, okay, how can I make a video? My YouTube channel, for the most part, has always been, I'm going to just try it, and I'm going to make videos that I think are okay, and I'm going to take feedback, and the more I make videos, the better I'm going to make my videos. And I think that's holding true. You know, I think that my recent uploads are far better quality than my uploads from a year ago, and I hope that a year from now, they'll be even more quality. Shang is the best to only run Deadwire and one gun because of the reset time. Yeah, you do Deadwire, one gun. Don't you do 3 AATs eventually? Or do you keep the baby gun? You keep the baby gun for a while. Don't you eventually switch to triple AAT? You do Deadwire, turned, and fireworks? Or what does the world record do, at least? So, to celebrate my birthday, I wanted to make videos on my favorite map. So I'm going to do 4 videos in the month of July. I think I'm going to do 4 videos in the month of July. The first one is going to be, like, and I don't like making these kinds of videos, but I think I owe it, because a lot of people do come in and say, what's your favorite map? What's your favorite map? First video is going to be why Moon is my favorite map, and why everyone is wrong about all the features they think are terrible. I'm going to be like, hey, listen, I love Moon. Here are all the awesome design aspects about it. And also, here's how to not lose oxygen in any parts of the map pretty easily on both versions. And here's how to not lose... And here's how to, like, deal with the excavators pretty easily on both versions. And, like, you know, also just talk about my favorite parts of the map and why it's the best map. Video number 2 is going to be how to get to round 100 on Black Ops 1 Moon. And it's going to be a detailed tutorial going through everything you need to know about Black Ops 1 Moon, how to play it easily, the new strategy. And I might even talk about, like, instas and high rounds. Hey, Jake. Wet pickles? Same. Then the third video is going to be how to get to 100 on BO3. And I might try to go for 255 for that video. Although I don't want to start a game yet, because I want to do Call of the Dead co-op before any of this. And then the fourth video, the finale of the Moon series that I'm going to do. Shang is definitely not triple AAT. It's turn, Deadwire, baby gun. I wasn't sure if it was baby gun or fireworks. Or if you keep baby gun. And the fourth video, I'm actually gonna get to 100 on Black Ops 2 Moon. And I'm gonna do, like, that'll be like the start of a series where I go through the Black Ops 2 Chronicles maps and talk about how they differ and talk about high rounds on those, which I think would be fun. You always keep baby gun for safety? That makes a lot of sense. Jake, we need to schedule Call of the Dead. Okay. Let me propose this to you. If you play BO1 Moon without trapping the cosmonaut in either biodome or with excavators, it kind of sucks ass, but it's still manageable. It's not even that bad. Did you see your new world record? Your tag 200 speedrun, or which one? What do you mean BO2 Chronicles? I mean BO2 Chronicles. I guess if we want to call it that. If you're not aware, this was sort of a big thing that went viral like 6 months ago, or however many months ago, a few months ago. There was Zombies Chronicles, or like the Black Ops 1 maps were planned to be released for Black Ops 2. And they remade Nacht Verrückt, Shino, or actually Nacht Verrückt, Kino, Ascension, Moon. What else did they remake? Was it all of them, or was it like just a few? Moon is in it, Verrückt is in it, Nacht is in it, Kino's in it, Ascension's in it, I think. I forget what else is in it. I don't know if it's all the maps or... Yeah, they made them for Black Ops 2, and they were like, I would say 90% finished, maybe not all the way there. Like, there's clearly still some missing features, but they never made it into the game. Your Ancient Evil 100 speedrun? Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, you might have sent that to me, actually. All World at War maps, all BO1 maps, no Call of the Dead, no Shang. I guess unfinished. Or like probably Call of the Dead and Shang are much less playable than the others. They're like 90% done. There's a lot missing, but like they're basically playable. Except they were never released and they were never finished. And it wasn't until just this past year that people finally found how to play them using basically using a JTAG on Xbox or using like an emulator, an Xbox emulator. You're able to play them because they're like hidden in the files, but they're not able to be used. And people are currently working on porting them over to PC. But they are playable. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play through all of them at some point, but the first one I want to play through is Moon. And I'm gonna get to round 100 on BO2 Moon. And be like, hey guys, check this out. It's very strange. One of the weirdest things, the wave gun has like 200 bullets. Because it's not like completed. We found builds that had them. You got it first try? Nice. That's huge. Nice world record. Yeah, so I'm gonna do, basically, July is gonna be the Moon month, maybe. Because if Call of the Dead happens, Call of the Dead's gonna have to happen first. But there will be a Moon series where I'm gonna go, video number 1, why Moon is my favorite map and why you're all wrong about it sucking. And it's gonna be a very opinionated video, but also, you know, in my normal style, where I can kind of articulate things and explain my side. Video number 2 will be Black Ops 1 Moon, video number 3 will be Black Ops 3 Moon, and then video number 4 will be Black Ops 2 Moon. And I'm gonna be going for round 100. Hey, Ninja, how's it going? That's the only 100 speedrun that isn't a French player? That's funny. Doesn't Happy, what's his name? Happy something have like most of the Megas records right now? Like almost all of them? Get the bonus points? It's already gone. Sorry. Do you mind making a guide for every BO3 Zombies map? I don't mind doing that. I will at some point. I want you to trust me that I will get to all the BO3 maps, just not in order, because I want to play them in order of like ones that I am most excited about to ones that I'm least excited about. You know? But Moon is probably going to be the next one I do. What map would you be interested in me making a guide on? I'm willing to take suggestions and maybe consider doing whatever map you want to do next as my next map. Technically, I've already done Gorod, because I did a video on the new strategy and I showed me getting to round 100. Lost out on 500 points. Damn. So I've done Gorod. I've done Rev. I've done Shadows. I've done DE, and I've done. Is that it? Is that the only maps I've made tutorials on? I have a YouTube short on Kino, but I could do a full-length tutorial on Kino. Kino, I think, would be a fun map to get back into. I do want to do Moon next, though. I've technically done a video on an Origin strategy and a Zetsubo strategy, but those are not, like, round 100 tutorials.
I had hoped you would recognize your work, master.
Also, fun fact that we learned, I'm gonna make a YouTube short, possibly tomorrow. I'm gonna try to upload it. We have officially learned there is a canon total number of zombies. Once you kill, what's the number? I gotta look it up. Hold on. High round. Ah. Once you kill 1,000, million, billion, trillion. Once you kill 8 quadrillion, 346 trillion, 595 billion, 136 million, 38,284 zombies in Black Ops 1, no more spawn. Fun fact, Zetsubo with classic gums? I could definitely be convinced to do that. I'm totally down. Zetsubo round 100? I'll do it. I'll do it for content. Totally down. What's my favorite map or game? Would love to see Zetsubo content. 2 people asking for Zetsubo content. All right, you've sold me. Zetsubo will happen soon. Round 100, probably not longer than that, but maybe I will. Maybe I'll 255 it. But I will need you to bear with me because Call of the Dead needs to happen. Oh, Jake, here's what I was gonna say. Hey, Screaming, thank you. But yeah, I'll do Zetsubo. Jake, here's what I was gonna say. I'm starting... Ninja, thanks for the sub. I really appreciate it. I'm teaching a class this weekend that might end up getting canceled. I have 3 people signed up. All 3 of them need to pass a pretest, meaning I need to test them on their swimming ability, and they need to do an online portion. If any one of those 3 doesn't do it, then the class has to be canceled because I need a minimum of 3 to run the class. If my class gets canceled, would you want to do Call of the Dead this weekend? Like tomorrow and or Sunday? Not a whole game, but like let's do a ton of practice on it. Is the canon total amount of zombies when the zombies per round is higher than the 32-bit integer limit? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I think. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. When the number of zombies goes above the 32-bit integer limit, it just breaks. Which is weird because once it breaks, it never fixes itself. I think that's what it is. So like on round 154,470, there's like 2,147,000,000 zombies. And then after that, it breaks. Yeah, we'll do some Zetsubo. Because Zetsubo is a map I have not given enough love to, mostly because I hate the setup on Zetsubo. I hate it. There's so many fucking plants and shit that you need that, like, I find it annoying. But once you get all the plants, once you get all your fruit plants and everything set up, it's valid. It's a fun map. But it's like a stupid ass setup. And like when I make the video, literally the last time I played Zetsubo, I was on round 55 still setting up. And that's what I kind of hate about the map a lot, is like You're not set up till like 50 or 60 unless you're super lucky. I might do it patched, possibly. Like patch it so I can get good perks out of plants. But maybe I shouldn't do it patched, so that I can kind of show you guys what it should look like, you know? I don't know. I love the Mario Kart World soundtrack. This is so good. Yeah, so I'll do some Zetsubo. I'll do that next. I play with Classicums every BO3 map. I find it more fun than Megas. That's fair. Classicums is definitely a more, like, grounded, feels like Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 experience. Megas definitely break the flow of every map. I'm fully admitting that. Personally, I'm more of a Megas player. Like, when I play for high rounds, I just play Megas, because in my head, I'm like, I just want to play fast and have fun. I don't really care, you know? But, because, like, even if I play Megas, I'm still investing, like, 50 hours or whatever onto most maps. My Shadows game was still 40 hours, even with Megas. You gotta figure out how to smuggle a Switch 2 so you can play the new Mario Kart. I bought it at a midnight release. I went to GameStop at midnight the day it released. It's the first time I've ever done that. And I don't regret it. I'm very happy with it. The nice thing about Zetsubo is the strategy is the same with Classics and with Megas. It's just that with Megas, you spend much less time setting up. Ooh, Daisy Circuit. That's round. I don't think on Gorod you need to do Easter egg to get 100. Technically, no, but you are far better off doing it. Like, obviously, you don't need to. The 100 speedrun doesn't. But if you... I have a video on a new Gorod Krovi strategy that's, like, pretty broken. You have to do the Easter egg for that to work. Like, there's no choice. But you can watch that video combined with my Easter egg tips video. Because you can do the shield strategy perfectly fine. It's a difficult strategy. Like, you kind of rely on having the unlimited quick revives with the Easter egg, is the thing. It's not about just the perks. Like, you just need unlimited quick revives because it's stupidly annoying. If you do the Easter egg, you're basically guaranteed to get it first try as long as you put the time in. But if you want to do it without the Easter egg, you're going to save an hour on your setup, but you are playing riskier. Like, and it's, like I said, it's not an easy strategy. And that's if you play the shield strategy. Technically, I don't have a tutorial on shield strategy. I do have a ton of footage of it somewhere. But yeah, it depends. The new strategy, you have to do Easter egg. Because you have to kill the dragon. You don't have a choice. You're running where the dragon's gonna blast every 3 minutes. Can you do the junction strat on Shadows with Classic Gums? Yes. I mention it in my tutorial video. I show you, even though I played with Megas, it's the same strategy. The only difference is you do need to open Pack-a-Punch, so I show you how to do that in the video. Because, like, the rest of Pack-a-Punch is perfectly fine. The only difficult part is opening, or is doing Nero's Ritual, which you have to either use anywhere but here, or you have to do a glitch. But yeah, it's perfectly doable with classics. Whew, okay. This is my favorite part of the strategy. Using Temporal Gift and then getting an insta-kill. Look how quickly I can kill here. It's so much fun. Technically, it might be meta to throw a, oh, shit. Ran out. Technically, it might be meta to throw a Wraithfire inside of the bunker, but no unnecessary risks. Your Prothegan RNG was terrible. Round 34 for the last part. That's brutal. In my 255 game, I think I got it early. I think I got it like 21. And so, it's a kind of a good thing I have burned out here. It's meta. You'll notice the Temporal Gift still had like 4 or like 3 minutes, more than 3 minutes left, like 3.5 minutes left. So what I can do is I can activate Burned Out, which ends the Temporal Gift prematurely, but by doing so, it allows me to start recharging it so I can guarantee to have it ready for the next round.
I thoroughly enjoyed you. Did you?
I keep hearing that, and I think there's power-ups.
More views than I realized.
Yeah, I'm playing this quite quickly. Maybe even learn the human grapple glitch just to go to spawn and still didn't get it. I'll tell you the truth. Some people commented on the video saying, hey, when they do it, they die. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what causes it. I had that happen like 10% of the time, and I don't know what I was doing differently to like cause that to happen, genuinely. Maybe somebody else knows more. But I don't know why that happens. Ooh, Electrodrome. What are your thoughts on this map? I think it's not a very good map for a few reasons. I think it's a disappointing finale for the Primus and Ultimus crew. I'm still having fun though, doing this. I'm having more fun than I usually do, so. I think I'm disappointed with how the Ether story ended. The only thing more disappointing is Black Ops 6. That's what I think about this map. Ah, shit. Bad Wraith Fire.
Another scar for the collection.
What are your thoughts on this map? I will say the rounds are getting a lot longer. I'm already over an hour into the stream and I'm only 5 rounds in, and one of them was a dog round. Which means my rounds are like probably like 15 minutes each. That's kind of long. It's only gonna get longer. Still not bad though. I'm making decent pace. I'm not looking forward to the point where I like boot it up and I play for an hour and I complete 1 round. If I see if I see another reused Wonder Weapon for Anus Towers, you're not renewing your Game Pass subscription. What Wonder Weapon do we think is going to return? I mean, you know what would be the cheesiest and stupidest thing for them to do to like really piss people off on this last map? You know what Wonder Weapon's going to return? What Wonder Weapon do they always want to bring back to make the fans go, hey, look, we care about you. We brought back your favorite Wonder Weapon for the final DLC map. Take a wild guess what weapon I'm referring to. What's my opinion on Spawn Room World Records? I think that they are really awesome, and that's a super fun category that I probably never see myself playing personally. Mark III? No, not Mark III. Right. What weapon does Treyarch love bringing back for the final DLC to just appease the fans? Tundra Gun or Winter's Howl. Very close, but no. I don't see them bringing those back, personally. To piss people off. Oh, the Tundra Gun would piss people off the most. Yeah, it's the Thunder Gun. Right, they're gonna if they're going to bring back a Wonder Weapon and try to like rope people in with nostalgia or whatever, the Thunder Gun's coming back. Mark my words, if they're, I would bet money on it. I don't know what their intention is. Maybe they'll be cool and they'll bring the Slickifier back. I might be interested in playing it if that happens. There's some Wonder Weapons I wouldn't be opposed to them bringing back. I would much rather there be a new Wonder Weapon, obviously. I'd be disappointed if we get all of Black Ops 6 and the only new Wonder Weapon we get is the Beam Smasher, because that thing's like, meh. It's not a bad weapon by any means, I just don't like it. The Beam Smasher I think is similar to the Ray K. I just think it's very clunky to use. Watch me get the Megatons as the new enemy. Oh, that would be awful. That would be awful. They're not even that bad of an enemy, but you also know it wouldn't just be the Megatons. It would be the Megatons, and they're gonna bring back the Manglers, and they're gonna bring back the fucking Disciples, or whatever the fuck. Ugh. It's just enemy spam on these latest games. Cold War Cold War was a bad offender. Like, Forsaken is a really bad offender of a map just having way too many fucking enemies. Forsaken, I think, is probably one of the worst offenders besides Black Ops 6. Oops, all manglers. Yeah. Because Forsaken has normal zombies, armored zombies, manglers, mimics, disciples, plague hounds, the fire, what are they called? The fire zombies from Mauer, the Abomination, and the Tempests. You do believe the Megatons will make a comeback? Maybe they would save it for Black Ops 7. But I don't know. Maybe they'll have a new enemy. I hardly count the new disciples from Shattered Veil as a new enemy. I really don't think they are, even if they're like granddaddy disciples. Or, I mean, what if they bring back Zabella from Vanguard Shinonuma, or just Vanguard in general? Zabella was like an important character objectively and a boss that never came back. Margwas for sure. I don't think they're gonna bring back Margwas. I feel like Abomination is the new Margwa, you know? I find the design of the Abominations to be very strange, because are they not just like Margwas with extra steps? Or like Margwas with extra abilities, rather? Am I crazy for thinking that? It's just a Margwa. It's just a Margwa, but more annoying. Like, much more annoying. Oh, this is N64 Frappe Snowland. That's cool. There's a points cap? Yeah, you didn't know that? This is one of the easiest games to hit the point cap. By far, like every map, you can hit the point cap very easily. Yeah, there's a point cap on BO4, there's a point cap on BO3, there's a point cap on BO2, and a lot of people don't realize there's a point cap on Cold War. And also there is on Black Ops 6. Oh shit, I lost that shot. Black Ops 6's point cap is 999. 9999. 9,999,000. Yeah. The only game without a point cap, effectively, is World at War and Black Ops 1. The only games, rather. I want my shot back. I didn't get it. I threw that too early. This round is really long. I feel like I've been on 160 for a while. I just threw that and I just said that and it's the end of the round. God damn it. Might be a dog round, maybe? I had a dog round on 156, so 50-50 dog round, I think? Or was it 157? I forget. Which score streak would they bring back from Cold War? Which ones aren't already in the game? The flamethrower, is that one in the game? Or the death machine? Death machine's in the game, I think. Is the flamethrower in the game? Oh, perfect. Flamethrower's not? Alright, I bet they bring Flamethrower back. That's my guess. Let me through! Fuck you. Isn't just melee enough? No, I need to charge up the tonic perk. Oh, this is Super Bell Subway. Look, you see the tonic perk, how it ran out? Doesn't do anything. I need to reload to get it to activate. And then it has 10 seconds, and then it cools down. Double fuck you for that. God. Oh, fuck! I had a charge. I didn't realize. I'm playing so poorly. What am I doing? You're special. Yeah, you have to shoot it down. I think next round is a dog round, if I remember correctly. Worst BO format, by the way? I think Dead of the Night is worse. I think this is the second worst. I'm not denying that. I'm having fun playing this. I do think it's an awful map. Not very well designed and really did our boys dirty. Did our Primus and Ultimus crew dirty by making this their last map. Why you don't spam? What do you mean? Your grenade launcher? I'm shooting it as quickly as I can. There's a big cooldown between shots. I'll show you. If you listen carefully to my controller, I don't know if you can hear it. Like, that's as fast as I can go. Why don't I spam my grenade launcher as soon as I get it? I want to avoid killing any zombies with the blast. So basically, when you pull it out, there's a blast that like knocks zombies away that are around you. You want to avoid killing zombies with that because it doesn't kill them, it just respawns them. And so the less of them you can kill with the blast, the more effective your grenade launcher is going to be over time. It's going to save you a lot of time over the course of the game. And so I want to minimize the number of zombies that are climbing up first and then activate it. Wait. I'll show you what I mean. Okay. So I'm gonna like step back here. I didn't kill any zombies with the blast. That's what I wanted to happen earlier in the round. Yeah, so like it's better to just like kill if there's zombies already climbing up, stepping back is gonna kill them or like despawn them over here. So you just want to prevent them from climbing up, then step away. And then activate it. And then you can kill them over there and it saves you time. Second. Please stop sneaking by. Oh my god. There we go. Double points. I don't need that. get a tunes on. Watch they market the old point system for Black Ops 7. I don't think they're gonna do that because I don't think they're gonna bring back the old point system. Don't tempt me with a good time here. I am fully expecting to be Black Ops 7 to be as bad as, if not worse than Black Ops 6. And I will be you will not convince me that they're actually going to revert everything and make it a good game like Black Ops 1. The only thing that might convince me is if there's also going to be a Black Ops 2 remaster alongside it. I think that's the only way they're going to sell copies of the game is, oh hey, if you pre-order, you get a Black Ops 2 remaster with it. And everyone's just going to play Black Ops 2 and nobody's going to play the new game. Just like they did with that Modern Warfare remastered when they did Infinite Warfare. They think we were all blinded by nostalgia and the new CODs are good, but they're wrong. Yeah. There's a lot of people who are glazing Black Ops 6, but the fact is it's just, like, a much, much less replayable game. There's absolutely no, like... Because when I was a kid, I didn't go for world records like I do today. I didn't high around crazy long games like I do today. When I was a kid, the fun of zombies and the thing that made Black Ops 1 so replayable was trying to beat my personal best. I remember getting to round 20 for the very first time, and then getting to round 25, and then getting to round 30, and I remember, like, much later on, my friend and I getting to round 40 for the first time on Ascension, and that was, like, a huge accomplishment for us. We'd never been to round 40. Transit remake with salvage armor and score streaks. It sounds like the worst map ever released, respectfully. But don't worry, guys. Bus Route B will be in it, so you'll love it. And, you know, call me biased, but I don't see nearly as much hype in the Easter eggs as I did. Like, not even compared to Black Ops 1, 2, and 3. I thought Black Ops 1, 2, and 3's Easter eggs were really hype. I don't see them as that replayable. Like, obviously you can speedrun the Easter egg, and that's something that a lot of people do that's competitive, but, you know, I'm not a speedrunner. And, like, when I beat the Easter egg, that's it. I don't go beat the Easter egg 50 more times just for fun. Some people do, but I don't get the fun in that. I don't get the fun in beating the Easter egg 100 times in a row if you're not trying to speedrun. And people say high rounds are the same thing over and over again. In 2013, I was doing round 22 Unburied every day, and then doing the Origins Easter egg afterwards, then Mob Easter egg. It was peak back then. Yeah, that was the best. It was just a different culture, you know? No microtransactions, you just hop in and play. It's all been ruined. BO6 Easter egg steps are boring and mad easy. Plus directed mode? Really? Why are they focusing so hard on trying to get more players to play the Easter egg? I love how they literally said, hey, we're introducing directed modes so that we can get more people to play the Easter egg. And then the Easter egg completion rates for, like, every Black Ops 6 map is like 2 or 3% of the players. Like, nobody's playing it. Not even on directed mode, they just don't care. Yeah, a lot of people were BO4 haters prematurely, I think. BO4 is easily, like, the last good COD that we've had. And it had its fair share of issues. But when you compare it to even Cold War, it's like, it's no comparison. Now you just strictly do high rounds until crashes or round caps. Yeah, which, the fun of that is on Black Ops 4, on Black Ops 1, 2, and 4, there's always pushing PB, there's always pushing world records. Even on Black Ops 3, like, 255s aren't easy. You can always push your PB if you're not 255ing a map. Black Ops Cold War and Black Ops 6, it's just, like, as long as you put the hours in, you just get 999. Transit remake with Wunderwaffe variants instead of the jet gun. We already had the Wunderwaffe in Black Ops 6. I don't think they're going to do the Wunderwaffe for a second map in a row. That would really be lazy. And they're not going to bring back the Sniper Waff from Tag. That's never coming back, I don't think. All you really like on Cold War is Onslaught Containment. I've only played that a couple of times. Ugly ass pings. I don't have a problem with the ping system personally. Convenience, quality of life features are fine. And when I say the ping system, I mean I like players being able to ping. I hate the fact that you load into the map and it tells you how to open Pack-a-Punch. That shit's stupid. Like, just make Pack-a-Punch not that hard to open. And, like, genuine question, on Liberty Falls, do we really need a tutorial on how to open Pack-a-Punch? Do we really need pings to tell you, hey, open this door, open this door, open this door, investigate the church? You did it. What? Is that a tutorial? Are you kidding me? Tag is boated? That's a pun. Yeah, it's on a boat. Only 255 you have is Revelations on BO3. Kind of basic, but you're happy with it. That was my first 255 on Black Ops 3. It is basic. I was proud of it. You know, it's a stepping stone to other 255s. Yeah, it just feels a lot different. It feels like a campaign mission when you have, like, some operator giving you, like, crucial details through, like, transmissions throughout the game instead of, you know, for example, bad map design for, like, having operators give you details is Black Ops Cold War and Black Ops 6. Good map design, I would argue, Transit, Die Rising, Buried, and also Der Eisen, in the sense that, like, you do have a character telling you what to do in the Easter egg. They're not guiding you through the steps, but they're giving you just enough information to keep it open-ended and let you do what you want, but also guide you into the fact that, like, hey, there's an Easter egg to be found here. When you hear Richthoven's voice or Maxis's voice on Transit, Die Rising, Buried, or when you hear Groff's voice on Der Eisen. Same with Brock and Gary on Shang. The only thing you like is the zombies camo grind. That's what I hate, though. I feel like the whole game is all about the camo grind, and not about, like, you know, having fun and playing. You know, I guess the camo grind can be fun, but it's like people do the camo grind and then you get the highest camo, and then what? Yeah, you don't need a tutorial on how to open PAP. It is a dog round. I wasn't sure.
Fetch me their soul. Not a good time to have a pocket full of beef jerky.
I'm gonna get more ballistic knife shots. I'll show you how. So normally the ballistic knife can only hold 1/3. When you have full ammo, it's 1/3. But fun fact, you can shoot knives on the ground, then pick up a max ammo, then pick up your knives. Now I have 5. Yeah, you don't need a PAP tutorial. Did we need a PAP tutorial on Doris or Kino Or Ascension, or Call of the Dead, or Shang, or Moon, or Transit, maybe yes. Die Rise, Mob of the Dead, Buried, or like, no. No tutorials on any of those games. Just fuck you, get into it. Just do it. Much better map design, personally. If you have to guide players through a Pack-a-Punch quest, either the map is poorly designed, or your game's stupid, and you don't have enough faith in the players to figure it out. You just don't feel rewarded for anything in COD but reaching around? Well, yeah, that's why I play Call of Duty, is to get PBs and get records for high rounds. I like playing high rounds. Black Ops 6, Black Ops Cold War 2, but mostly Black Ops 6 has ruined high rounds entirely because it is no longer about who can get the highest round and that person is the best player. It is entirely about who gets to round 999 first. And they do it on their first game. Multiple people playing the Shattered Veil got to 999 on their first attempt. Like, the map launched, they loaded in, and they got to 999. Multiple people. And that's stupid. Like, that's how you know your game's poorly designed. People should not be able to max out the map on their first attempt. They shouldn't. Even, yeah, I didn't camo grind on BO4. I technically did on BO3, but that was different. I camo grinded BO3 multiplayer, actually. I have Dark Matter on BO3 multiplayer. You have like 9th Prestige in Zombies BO4 and didn't camo grind at all? I'm Prestige Master. I didn't camo grind the slightest bit. I'm not level 1000, unfortunately, just because I play most of my games offline. Like, I have no XP bar here. I'm offline. But I did hit Prestige Master. Mostly because when you're good at high rounds, you can really game the XP system. Like, I can finish a Prestige in a single game if I was playing online. So it's easy to get to Master Prestige. That was a series I was considering doing. I was going to do a series that was basically a Nuzlocke, where I start up a fresh account online, and I have to get to 10th Prestige, or I have to finish 10th Prestige in 14 games or less. Meaning, well, here's what it would be. I have to start on a fresh account with nothing unlocked, and I have to play every single map only once. Meaning I'm only allowed to play Revelations once. If I die on round 5, that's it. I'm only allowed to play Shadows once. I'm only allowed to play Horizon once. And within 14 games, I have to hit Prestige Master. And if I fail, I restart the whole thing. That was the thing I was considering doing. Problem is, it's going to be actually very difficult. It'd be like one of the hardest challenges I do, but yeah, the client, on the BO4 client, I just set my level to the highest level. Once my Wraith Fire is charged, I'm gonna use my equipment. And it is possible, because technically on most maps, to finish a Prestige, you only have to get to round 100. On Revelations, if you get to round 100, that's 1 Prestige. Like, from level 1 to level 35. Yeah, only 10 games, but it's rev. Yeah, because that's what I was thinking of doing. Like, the answer is, can you get to Prestige Master in 10 games? Yes, the answer is yes. But the more interesting thing would be Nuzlocke. Can I get to Prestige Master in 10 games without repeating a map? That's the hard part, because you have, like, it doesn't, you don't have to play 14 games necessarily. You could do just 10 games, but I would have to do 10 different maps. This is one of the coolest strats you've seen in zombies. A lot of people don't like this strat. I think it's fun. I think it's very unique. The ballistic knives are extremely powerful on this strategy. You could race someone to Prestige Master while both being in Nuzlocke. That would be cool. I would need to figure out, because, like, I think I would be capable of doing it. There's a chance I would fail. Because it's entirely possible that I get, like, one bad run. Like, here's what I'm thinking in my head. Do I use Megas? Do I not use Megas? I don't know. Megas would change things. I would ban Power Vacuum and Round Robin straight up. But, like, there's other things to consider that I might have to use Megas on some maps, solely because on Verrucht and Shinonuma, if you don't use Megas, the only way to kill zombies on high rounds is traps and the Waff. The Waff doesn't have enough bullets to be, like, long-term viable, and traps don't give you XP. So I would either have to like, played around 200 to get enough XP to Prestige, which I don't want to do. Or I'd have to use Megas and use Deadwire to get Prestige. Yeah, this is a weird, you know, kind of unique strat. I like this strat too. I'm having a lot of fun with this. This is the most fun I've had with this strat. Only grind a purple diamond for the thumper once you realize you can keep it on local. Is that on Cold War? I didn't know you can keep your camos on local on Cold War. I guess that makes sense, because your crystals transfer over to local and your, like, perk upgrades do. But because I could race someone to Prestige Master, the thing being, like, if we both Nuzlocke, if one of us fails, then that sucks, especially if we're, like, 9 games in. Or, like, if I'm, like, 9 Prestiges in and I fail the Nuzlocke, then what? Which is why it's sort of like a challenge against myself. As long as you save your class mod. I didn't know that. That's interesting. I never used the camos, really, on Cold War. I prefer the Pack-a-Punch camos, actually. The Mauer and the Forsaken Pack-a-Punch camos, I think, are really cool. So, you know, that's a way I could do it. I think if I were to race someone, it would sort of be like race to Master Prestige, but it's like, it's tricky. It's like, who can do it in the fewest games, and you're not allowed to repeat a map. I'm sure Starkly would be interested in doing something like that. Oh, this is sick. I forgot to throw it. Yeah, I don't know. I would need to figure out how to like design the Nuzlocke in a way that is engaging for people, but also isn't too challenging. Because like, if I say classics only, then I'm limited to 12 maps, and one of them would be Noctur and Toten, and there's no fucking chance I'm playing Noct classics ever. Like, I would hate myself. I would have no problem doing Shadows the Giant, DE, Zetsubo, Gorod, Rev, like even all back-to-back classics only, and getting to round 100. I think I'd be able to do that pretty easily. What I could actually do, oh, you know what would be a way? You know what would be a really good way to do it? You get if you do the Revelation Super Easter egg, you get an entire prestige off of just that. Okay, wait, but that would count as my Revelations game. The only thing I hate from BO4 is how local on console was treated like even the Easter egg song was disabled. Yeah, there's too many things that are disabled. Alpha Omega, like obviously this strat works, but like the trap strats dominated Alpha Omega when it came out, and you just can't do it on solo. You can't high round Alpha Omega on solo unless you do this or Trench Gun. Maybe on those maps I allow like round robin or power vacuum. I still feel like that would ruin it. I don't know if that's what I want to do. I'd have to figure it out. Because you could see what I mean. Like, there's a really good idea there. It just needs some workshopping. Because it's like, if I say I'm only allowed to play every map once... If I say I'm only allowed to play every map once, then I can do... you know, I can do... Shadows the Giant, DE, Zetsubo, Gorod, Rev. That's 6. And then I can do Origins Moon, Kino, Ascension. That would be 10. Actually, is that doable? Is that doable? And then I would leave out Shang. I would leave out Shang, Noctiferup, Shinonuma. And like, if I fail any of them, I can fall back on Shang. Yeah, I need some planning. But you guys see what I mean, right? Okay, maybe it's doable. 10 games, 10 prestiges. I think I could do it. 10 games, 10 prestiges. That is so doable, and use those three if you fail the first 10. Yeah, and I can do those with megas. Or, because here's the other thing to consider. I could do it with classics, but wait. The other thing I could consider doing, except I don't know how I would set this up is the problem, because I would have to fresh start and get rid of all my megas, and I don't think I can do that. I'm pretty sure when you fresh start, you keep your megas. But what I was thinking of doing is like, I'm not allowed to use megas for the first game, but any megas I earn, I'm allowed to use in the future? Except I feel like I wouldn't earn enough. Like, I would hardly get any. Who decided it was a great idea to disable any Easter egg related stuff on local? Yeah, it doesn't make sense. On local, you can't activate Rushmore at all on this map, and I feel like that's one of the core features. You do keep them? Yeah, so like, I would need a fresh account with no gums, and then I would have to earn gums. Which, how would I set up a fresh account in the first place? I think it would make more sense to be like, classics only, but... Classics only? Classics only? I don't know.
I had hoped you would recognize your wonderful master.
Like, the other thing to consider, if I did Shadows, I would do the new strat. If I, like, grapple out of bounds and accidentally die while trying to do Nero's, lair, like, am I out? Is that it? I also would want Lil Arnie's, but I wouldn't be able to, CJ Santa made a video on how the COD Zombies experience is getting worse for offline. I haven't seen that yet. I'll have to check it out. I did see one of his other videos recently about how Black Ops 6 is not good or something, which I agree with. You know, that's no secret. I've been streaming for over 2 hours, and I have not really paused, and I'm only 8 rounds into this game, which sucks, because it means this game is getting a lot longer. Yeah, it's unfortunate, especially because, like, split screen. Split screen is something I used to love doing with my friends, and my friends still ask me, like, let's play COD Zombies, let's play split screen. And I'm always like, hey, the newer games, like, split screen sucks. Guess what round you're on? When did you, let's see, I texted you 2 days ago about the Call of the Dead, and you said you were doing restarts. Are you above 100 yet? Are you above 100 yet? It's like, what, 80 seconds a horde to do it that way? And you might have left it overnight for 2 days if you started 2 days ago.
Just clearing out the riffraff.
I think I might have activated this too early, but that's okay. 106 on Call of the Dead. Nice! Congrats on your new world record. How much time into the game are you? Piranha Plant Slide. Varies between 83 to 86. Gotcha. That was one of the things I wanted to make a video on, like, soon, is I'm gonna try to do it and try to get to 140 and make a video saying, like, let's talk about the theoretical limits. BO1 Call of the Dead? Yep. It's round 37 hours. That's pretty good. Cause I think that I estimated that 140 is probably possible. 150 might be possible, but in my head I was like, if 140, 150 is possible using this, then surely we can find more ways to, like, save little bits of time and possibly hit instas. Like, am I crazy for thinking that? I might be crazy for thinking that, but there might be ways. Like, maybe we use the WAF, maybe we... I don't know. I don't know how we would do it. Maybe we glitch every single window on the map. You can get 138, 139. What did you do for the early rounds? Did you, like, you camped until like 50, or when did you switch to full camp? When did you switch to full AFK, basically? You don't think Instas is doable? It's just not enough fast to spot? Yeah, that's what I figured. But I was like, Because the thing I was considering is like, what if we play to like 70, somehow faster than 80 SPH, and you save time there, and then you... Actually, I don't think it would be faster than 80 SPH, but... What do you think about the LGBTQ community? They have my full support. Think they are oppressed way too much, and I think that this country is going to be doing a lot of awful things to them soon, if they aren't already doing a lot of awful things to them. And you know, I openly denounce the Trump administration all the time in my videos. So, what is SPH? Seconds per horde, meaning the number of seconds it takes to kill 24 zombies. You ran Lighthouse to 50, then set Windows in George. You need a 50 SPH strat. Yeah. So I don't know. Unless there's some secret way to actually make them despawn out of the window faster that none of us know about. Because that's the other thing is like, what if you kill George every round? Oh wait, he doesn't go away, it's still 23. You would get the waft though, you would save time, which might not make a difference in the long run, but it would be the difference between like getting 138 or 139 and maybe like 142, right? What are seconds really? JZM, the world record holder for transit, said that he did a bus skip. What do you mean, bus skip? Well, he didn't use the bus, ever. Never get on the bus if you want to get the world record on transit. I guess that's what he means by bus skip. He skipped the bus. George min-max, true. Are seconds real or something we just made up? Time is a concept of human perception. Time isn't real. I think if you keep George unbugged the entire game, use every waft and every George max, yeah. Which would be, like, annoying, but doable. You would leave to, like, get George to spawn a George max or whatever. It would be much more annoying than, like, full AFK, because you would have to actually do it. You'd have to actually pay attention to when the rounds are ending, and you can't, like, walk away and leave it overnight. What's wrong with getting on the bus, though? If you interact with the bus, it crashes your game on high rounds. Like, if you interact with it at all. First time seeing your channel, you deserve a bigger crowd. I appreciate it. And here's what I will say. I don't talk about this that much, but I will talk about this. If you want to support the channel, I do not ask for donations. I do not ask for sub. I might end up enabling like channel memberships, but I feel bad taking your money because I don't need your money. I do this because I love it. And also I have a job. I might enable channel memberships. I don't know about that yet. The only way I ever ask to support the channel is watch the videos, because I get ad revenue, so you're already giving me money. And share the videos if you really, really like it. If you think I deserve a bigger audience, send it to your friends. That's it. It's the only way I'll ever ask you guys to support the channel. I don't ask for donos, I don't ask for anything else. And thank you all for being here. Wouldn't everything we experience be false? No. You know, if I think, therefore I am, I think is true. You know, I think we're all real. But I also believe that nothing matters in the long run. Eventually the sun will blow up and destroy the entire Earth. And we will all eventually die. So, you know, do with that information what you will. The information that, or what I do with that information is I say, okay, I'm just gonna enjoy myself and have a good time, because life is fun, and I like dopamine. So, I play zombies and I do other stuff. Like the face of your children and the music we listen. So don't mess with the bus at all, even opening the bus doors. Don't touch the bus if you want to get a world record on transit. You can't touch the bus. Ever. Which is strange, but that's what you do. That's the closest thing I can imagine he means when he says bus skip. Unless there's something I actually don't know about. Why don't I just inject heroin right now? You could. You will probably have a very euphoric and fun time while you're doing it, but also it will ruin your life. So, like, consider wisely. Do you want to have one really, really fun time and then be a heroin addict and die? Or do you want to, like, still have fun experiencing life and have a long life where you don't inject heroin and die? I'm for the no heroin route, personally. But, you know, not everyone goes that route. Some people do heroin. Crashed on 121 on transit because of the bus, so you can 100. Yeah, don't interact with the bus. Also, don't pick up any power-ups, and, like, after round 50, heroin addict, please. Don't pick up any power-ups after like round 40 or 50 or so, ever, and you should be good. And don't use explosives. No M16, no upgraded M1911s. And that's how you get the world record on transit. Because the world record is very beatable. All you have to do is not crash and not die. That's it. Like, you technically don't even have to play fast. Because the world record was like, what, 50 hours or so, and the reset's like 100? Maybe it was more than 50 hours, but you get the point. Well, yeah, the bus will keep going whether you interact with it or not. The bus will move around the map. You can't build any parts in the bus. You can't get onto the bus. You don't want to build the train thing, and you don't want to touch the bus. It will drive off without you, though. You haven't slept since 4 p.m. yesterday? That's a long time. I don't know what time zone you're in, but for me, it's almost 4 p.m. It'll be 4 p.m. in an hour. Look at it. This sequence is going to be amazing. I'm going to use this. And then I'm going to use this. I was using the insta-kill, so I went down there. And then I was using the, because when you are down there, when you finish the insta-kill, kind of the safest way to get out of the insta-kill is to activate your specialist. So, I activate it down there, and I just stay down there, because if I run up, it's riskier. Yeah, it'll be 4 p.m. in an hour. That's a long time to stay awake. Yeah, after 51, power-ups do the same? Yeah. How did the world record holder avoid getting drops while doing the jet gun glitch? That I'm not entirely sure. I think you would just have to watch the footage. I think you use the jet gun in a way where you, like, keep the zombies close enough to kill them, far enough that you're not going to pick up any drops, and you only use the jet gun for short bursts, so you're unlikely to have the drops get, like, sucked into you. Phrasing? Does that make sense? Just keep them just far enough away and use it for a short enough amount of time, and if you see a drop, just stay away from it. Like, just kill zombies away from the drop. No Semtex either? Nope. No explosives. No grenade, no Semtex. You once saw an angel, the sun was hitting its face. Wish this round was closer to the end, but... Do you think everything should be viable to use in a game? Define viable. I think that, like, the new design of having every weapon be good, I don't like that. I think that some weapons should be weak, and some weapons should be strong. I don't think every weapon should be usable on every round. I believe there should be a very small set of weapons that are actually able to be used on high rounds, which basically are wonder weapons. So what can you replace the M19 and 11s with? I don't know. Ray Gun Mark II for one. Speed weapon? Ray Gun Mark II, I think. I would say Ray Gun Mark II and a speed weapon, honestly. Ray Gun Mark II is good for early game to kill zombies, and also on high rounds, if you need to travel through the fog, you can use it to, like, travel quickly. Like, fun to use. Not everything has, you know, not everything has to be, like, good. I think that most things shouldn't be good. I think most things should drop off in the 30s and 40s. I'm fine if they want to make bullet weapons, like, useful until round 50. But, like, in the new games, everything's... After the Shino game, you're going to try Mob 200, your PB's 115. Mob is fun. The new strategy, I think, is really fun. The stair strategy. New-ish. It's been around for a few years, but... New meta. I think it's pretty fun. I've gotten to 100 on Mob twice.
Did anyone see that? I am on fire!
I threw that too early. You did 115, you were abusing Acid Trap? Yeah, that's the best way to do it. Some things just don't have purpose. I think the purpose of some things is to be bad. Look at Black Ops 1. The reason why Black Ops 1 I think is so good is because it it feels like when you hit the box, you're actually gambling. Half of the weapons in the box are crap, and I think that's what makes the box fun, is like, you are gambling, you know? Still wonder why the world record holder goes to knocked. Oh, it has something to do with, like, avoiding denizens to avoid the error. So if you stay in knocked, you're not going to accidentally get denizens spawning. Yeah, denizens can contribute to the error. When you're in farm, if you accidentally step too far out, denizens will spawn. And when you have them, like, spawn and then despawn, it contributes to the error. Like, you hit the box on Black Ops 1, you get the Dragon Up, you get the Thumper, you get the M72 Law. Half the weapons are crap. It actually feels like you're gambling, and it makes you feel good when you get something that you like. And it makes you feel bad when you get something you don't like, which is what makes it fun to hit the box. On the new games, every single weapon's viable. Who cares? Like, whatever you get out of the box is usable. And also, you don't hit the box because your starting weapon is better than everything in the box, usually. I want to learn the new buried strat really badly. I sort of know it. I need to practice it, and then I want to high round buried. Buried 255 would be a bucket list map that I would really love to play. But it would be difficult. Especially on 5 when you need the crossbow, but every weapon, wonder weapon included, is terrible. I know, right? Like, you need the ray gun for early rounds, but then you get rid of the ray gun, you get the crossbow. That is what makes, like, the old games fun, is the mystery box is actually a gamble, and not everything's good. Even Black Ops 3, it's a gamble. Obviously, on a lot of Black Ops 3 maps, you just stick to wall weapons, because dead wire is plenty, but, like, you can totally do, like, you can totally hit the box and get the XM53, and you're like, this sucks. And you can totally run box weapons. On Chronicles, you hit the box a lot more, because many of the box weapons, or many of the wonder weapons are in the box. Hold on. Alright, sorry about that. You do every map round 100 with no wonder weapons on BO3. Makes every map a training map? Not automatically, because DE, you would use Cherry. Let's see, Shadows, yes, it would be training, but you would probably do Blast Furnace, and you would do well, actually, Shadows, if you don't have Apothecant ammo, you do the Thunderwall, Blast Furnace, and Sword strategy. Unless you're counting the Sword as a wonder weapon. Which it is, but when you say no wonder weapons, do you mean no wonder weapons, or do you mean no wonder? Is there anything else that errors you on transit? Probably. I don't know the complete list, if I'm being honest. You'd have to ask the world record holder. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, this soundtrack is sick. No Wonder Weapons, no Sword. Yeah, so you would run Blast Furnace and Thunderwall on Shadows. I guess you would run Blast Furnace and Deadwire. Because if you're not worrying about charging the specialists. On the Giant, you would run Traps. You can run Traps and AATs, which is kind of what the current strat is. It's sort of training, but sort of not. On DE, you would camp with Cherry and Deadwire. On Zetsubo, you would do the same strat you already do. On Gorod, you would use the shield strat with AATs, basically the same thing. On Revelations would turn into a... Actually, Revelations, you would run Cherry with Deadwire, similar to DE, except in the Verrucht area. And then Noct, Verrucht, Shinonuma wouldn't change. Hino would just be like the no AAT strat without the Thunder Gun. Actually, and with Deadwire. Ascension would be the same without the Thunder Gun. Shang would be the same, but with 3 AATs. Moon would be a lot different. It would depend on how you want to run it, but you could camp in the 1 window. Origins would be quite different with no Ice Staff, but it would be similar to the high round strat, just the whole game. What do you think about Shoegaze? I don't know who or what Shoegaze is. Is there a new Trample Steam strat on Die Rise? I think so. I think there's a faster way to do it, but I don't know how it works. I'd have to look into it more. What is Shoegaze, or who is Shoegaze? Can you send the link to the video? To what video? What do you think about metal music? I like some metal music. I don't listen to a lot of it, but one of my friends is in a metal band, so I go to see him perform, and it's pretty cool. I don't know where I would find the link to the new Die Rise strat. I just heard that it exists. I haven't seen it. Wade's Plays, thanks for the sub. Shoegaze is a music genre that's very gloomy and dreamy and melodic. Huh. I would play some. I don't know if I can find any royalty free. I'm not trying to get copyright on the stream. I'm relieved that all the Mario Kart World music is usable. Yeah, I've never heard of it. You gotta understand, I have a limited scope for this sorts of stuff, because I'm a classical musician. When I was younger, Syndicate and Relaxing End rule zombies. Now that I'm older, I don't know how I watch their vids. Because none of us knew anything about the game, you know? Relaxing End, I do think, had actually some genuine good content, and he held some world records. Syndicate had one world record that he cheated on. And we all were, like, dumb enough to not realize that he was cheating until much more recently. very famous on TikTok. Interesting. I don't use TikTok. I don't have TikTok. I do Instagram Reels, but I'm trying to cut back on the brain rot, frankly. To varying degrees of success. Instagram Reels is better than TikTok any day. True. Where else am I gonna get my daily dose of racism? Wait. And people dying. Don't forget about people dying. Listen to the bass clarinet solo. Holy shit. What song is this? Histocrat, Super Mario 3D World. One day, you'll stop using social media and become a Shaolin monk. Daily dose of racism is so true. And the core, yep. Shave your head, get a tattoo, do music. That's a way to do it. I have no plans to shave my head. I'm not losing my hair. Ooh, insta-kill, but my thing's not ready. Is your hair beautiful? Look at my profile picture. You can decide for yourself. I'm gonna Dying Wish. Or am I? Saved? Holy shit.
Don't hit me. Hit Dempsey. He loves it.
I was not expecting to survive. I Dying Wished anyway. God damn it. That sucks. I need to use this. That was not a good series of events there. Oh well. Damn. My hair is great. My hair is very soft. I only use women's hair products because men's hair products are like so bad for your hair, genuinely. I wanted to not Dying Wish there. I thought I had it. I thought I was getting away with it. Do we use F? You can F in the chat. Remember, the crazy thing, that meme originated from Call of Duty. That meme is from Advanced Warfare. So as a Call of Duty streamer, I feel like we're obligated to press F to pay respects to my fourth Dying Wish. Yeah, women's hair product is so much better. And like, if you use, all you need to do is women's conditioner, and you're just gonna get much softer, like fuller hair. I only use women's hair products. Also, I might get off relatively soon just because I didn't want to play for super long today and my neck is starting to hurt, but maybe I'll push for like another 40 minutes or so. I do need to get ready for work later. I didn't need to use this. I need to use my specials. You're feeling like a zombie? I would be too if I was up for almost 24 hours. I want this max ammo. It's worth it. It's always worth it. Play as long as you want. I'm using your stream as an excuse to take a break from this Shinon game. I like to, whenever I'm not streaming, I like to put on other people's streams while I play. I will like throw somebody else's zombie stream on and watch them play, because their game is usually more interesting than mine. You just been rewatching Grey's Anatomy? I've never actually seen Grey's Anatomy. What is the best wonder weapon in my opinion, with and without Gobblegums? It is the Apothecary Servant, objectively. I am working on a script for a video for ranking every single wonder weapon in zombies. Gonna go run some errands. Check your texts after stream. Did you text me? Okay, I will. I'm gonna stop streaming in like 30 minutes. What was I gonna do? I forget. Oh yeah, I was saying, I am working on a script for a very long video that's gonna take me a while to kind of finish. I have like short-term projects and long-term projects, and one of my long-term projects is ranking every wonder weapon. Except, spoiler alert, the thing about writing a script like that is I already did the ranking. I just need to, like, get all the footage of every wonder weapon ever. Which, in itself, is going to be kind of an annoying process. But, yeah, the Apothecary Servant's the best wonder weapon of all time. You should do a video ranking the maps on difficulty. It's hard to do that. Because I feel like maps that might be easy for some are difficult for others. There's only, like, a handful of maps that I would say are, like, clearly easier than others. And that's, like, Revelations, Mauer, Dead of the Night. You know, it depends on your goals. It depends on what you're trying to do. Because, like, for example, Ascension Black Ops 1 is a really easy map. if you're like just trying to get to around 100 or you're just trying to play casually, it's very easy to play Ascension. But if you're trying to beat the world record on Ascension, probably one of the hardest maps to beat the world record on right now, just because the world record is so insanely competitive that like you need insane RNG. The sun was in my eyes when I decided to wipe away the fears of yesterday. What do I think of those lyrics? I think those are bars. I think that's valid. But like, you know, so it's hard to rank. It's like, it depends on what your goals are. Most people tend to skip Ascension due to monkey rounds, even though they're so easy. I know. And my monkey round video still holds up. It's not hard to do the monkey rounds at all. You follow the same route no matter what. And you have plenty of time to get there. You should never lose a perk to the monkeys. Maybe stamina up if you're really unlucky, but it baffles me when people say, "Oh, I didn't turn on power the whole game because I didn't want to deal with monkeys." And I'm like, so you made your game 20% longer because you didn't want to deal with the monkeys. And you're running megas. Like, because literally every zombie round is way longer than a monkey round. You want the monkey rounds because you want a free max ammo and you want to skip around. I never understood that. Think about being ranked on the difficulty of the Easter egg. You lost me there. I don't do Easter eggs. and again, like, difficulty based on what? I feel like every Easter egg is easy for a good player. But I haven't done any Easter eggs since Black Ops 3, so I just wouldn't know. And some of them I've only done once. Like Zetsubo, I think I've only done once. Shadows, I've definitely only done once. DE, I've only done once. What else? Okay, you know what? The easiest Easter egg is the giant. There you go. Yeah, it's like, Ascension's one of the fastest maps. Why would you not want the monkey rounds? I don't understand why people are so afraid of running power strat. It's like not that difficult. The giant Easter egg is a joke, but iconic. How else would you get the Annihilator on the giant? I think it's the best Easter egg. Motherfucker. I didn't need to activate that. Oh well. Alright, I think I'm gonna do... I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of getting fatigued. I think... I know I said 30 more minutes. I think this next round will be my last round. Because the rounds are already greater than 15 minutes. They're like approaching 20 minutes. And it's gonna be like 350 by the time I'm done with this round. Maybe a hot take, but I think Shadows of Evil is the most overrated map in Zombies history. I don't think it's overrated at all. I rank it my second favorite map of all time. I love Shadows of Evil. The new strategy is so much fun. And I just love the Apothecon Servant. The Apothecon Servant's my favorite wonder weapon, probably. The Wave Gun is a close second. Or maybe the Wave Gun's first, I don't know.
I do wish I had time to assess your wounds, but I have to cause more.
I think the problem with Shadows of Evil, it is not beginner friendly. Like, if you are someone new to zombies, you just bought Black Ops 3 for the first time and you're trying to get into zombies, Shadows of Evil is not going to hold your hand. Like, you're not going to figure out how to do the rituals and shit, and that's already going to turn you off. And in a way, it was very controversial. A lot of people didn't like Shadows of Evil because, like, people who played Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 thought Shadows of Evil was just way too much going on. But I still think it's a really good map. Aesthetically, it's one of the best in Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 nailed the aesthetic for Shadows through Rev, I think. Even Revelations, I think, is an underrated map. What do I know this song? Underwater theme, Super Mario Bros. 3.
I had hoped you would recognize your wonderful man.
Oh. You don't like it because of how tight it is? It's not tight at all. Like, there's a bunch of open areas that you're gonna run in for high rounds. The junction is the most open area it can get. That strategy is super easy. If you're running Waterfront, it's tight, but even Waterfront is not that bad. Yeah, like I said, it's not for everyone. It's just a lot going on. But like I said, but also the new strategy involves doing 0 rituals. Even the base sword is worth getting. The base sword is better than the upgraded sword. Pain in the ass to go for high rounds? It really isn't. You ought to watch my tutorial if you think Shadows of Evil is pain in the ass. It's one of the easiest maps on Black Ops 3. The setup is a little tedious, but not that tedious. Especially when you don't do any of the rituals for the new strategy. You talking about the sword slam? Yes, I am. Sword slam makes the first sword overpowered, more so than the upgraded sword. It's broken, just gotta watch out for the bugged meatball rounds. Well, yeah. But the meatball rounds, you just go to the, the canal district to deal with them. It's pretty easy. You're gonna sit by Gum Machine, but is Canal faster? Yeah, Canal is faster. If you look at my video where I go to round 255, I explain that I didn't know about that at the time, but not that it's faster, it makes it much easier on the normal rounds. Because if you spend the special rounds in the Canal District, on the normal rounds, all the parasites just run off to the Canal District and despawn, and they don't attack you anymore. That's unfortunate. Missed that zombie. Yeah, it's like, it's a bug, but it's pretty broken. Vancouver Velocity. Got your next 5 maps and games already planned. Shadows is one of them, so if you've been looking for an answer to better meatball rounds. Yeah, go all the way into the Canal District, all the way to the back every time you get a meatball round. Finish the round there, and then on the following rounds, the parasites don't attack you anymore until the next special round. And that's something I didn't mention in my video originally because I didn't know about it. It's also nice because it saves you, like, the biggest reason your shield is going to break is because of the parasites. And if they're not attacking you, your shield's going to last longer. Doesn't Shadows of Evil have 2 drops per round? Yes, it does. I don't know why that is, but it just does.
I had hoped you would recognize your one true master.
They broke something, clearly. Because I didn't think it... I'm pretty sure it didn't always used to be like that. I'm pretty sure when it launched, it was 4 drops per round, and something changed, and it never got fixed. Love that for me. Just 3 whiffed shots right in a row. With the Slam Thunderwall strat, might just go for 255 instead of being your PB. 255 is surprisingly easy. Like I said, I did 255 in December. You're welcome to see how I did it because it's on my channel. I had a lot of fun doing it. Oh, that's sick. 8's Rainbow Road. That's unfortunate. Well, I never run Quick Revive either. You really don't want to run Quick Revive. You want as many max ammos as possible. I'm sure you're already familiar. Which is unfortunate because you take 1 down and that's it. But you just kind of have to stay locked in and you should be chilling. Surprised many people don't know that about Quick Revive. That's gonna be another... What I wanted to do, I wanted to make a video ranking every power-up in zombies. And then, you know, because obviously, anyone who knows anything about zombies kind of knows the best power-up is max ammo. That's no secret. Not everyone realizes that, but yeah, it is max ammo. And then I was going to do a follow-up video where I was going to say, like, how to increase the max ammos you get on every map. And it was going to be, like, going over how to avoid death machines, going over how to avoid full powers and carpenters, fire sales. all that sorts of stuff, all in one giant video. Because, Carpenter's works differently on Black Ops 4 than it does on any other game. You can make the follow-up video as how to efficiently high round in COD Zombies. I like that idea, but I think that's going to be more of a series rather than a single video, because I want to like go over all sorts of optimizations that people make throughout a game. Not just power-up optimizations, but like first box and trade, all the kinds of things that people do on different games. Especially because making a video about Black Ops 1 is different than Black Ops 4. It's different than Black Ops 6. And so it kind of creates multiple videos in itself, you know? If not separate vids, it would be 3 hours. Yeah. I have a series that I want to start, I think, with a friend of mine, similar to like Starkly's Pro versus New series, except I'm going to take someone who has played only a little bit of zombies and who doesn't know how to high round and coach them into getting their first round 100. And just kind of explain general basic tips and also specific tips for whatever map we choose. With the emphasis being like, hey, every time somebody asks, how do I get high rounds in zombies, and the answer is, like, learn how to train, no. Training is not going to help you. Learning how to train is not going to help you get higher rounds or get to round 100 on zombies if you don't know what you're doing. JZM, when you say 205 or 210 is possible in transit, easily. I would say I wouldn't be surprised if we see, like, a 230 plus at least. And maybe with like some really good optimizations, we could see a 255. Who knows? I believe Transit's one of those maps that's been blown wide open. I have no idea what the theoretical ceiling is.
There was a time you and I were
230 at least. It's a 100-hour reset. Yeah, easily 230. Because the current world record did not take nearly that long. Was it sub 50 hours, or was it like around 50 hours, 60 hours? I forget. Is that round? That's round. All right, I'm calling it here. This was fun. I need to take a break and I need to get ready for work. I will likely be back tomorrow, I think. I'm going to be working on a video tomorrow, but maybe. We'll see. If my class doesn't end up running, then I might see if Jake wants to play some Call of the Dead tomorrow. That should be fun. All right. 54 hours? Yeah. So easily much further. All right, thank you all for watching. I'll see you later.